Hi guys and welcome to this video. A while ago I asked my subscribers to send their K-pop unpopular opinions so that I can respond to them. A little disclaimer before starting, in no way I am trying to offend you guys, I will just respond to what you have written and share my personal take. I hope you guys won't get offended. Also thanks to everyone who participated, I really love making this kind of videos. With this being said, let's get into the video. Not all of the K-pop groups have noise music, and noise music is not a bad thing. I agree that not every single K-pop group makes noise music, and I also agree it's not a bad thing. I personally love some noise. I don't like Rose. She's the complete opposite of me and I just don't vibe with her. I mean, that's okay. You're not forced to like every single K-pop idol out there, so there's nothing wrong with disliking an artist. I personally love her though. I don't know her personally of course, but she seems like a sweet and passionate person. An idol's appearance and popularity would rank way higher than their ability to sing or dance. I'm unsure if I understood correctly, but I agree that sometimes an idol can be popular only because of their looks even though they are lacking some skills. Criticizing a K-pop song because it has meaningless lyrics is just an excuse to hate on a song you don't like. Literally nobody is listening to K-pop for the meaning behind the lyrics. I don't understand why criticizing a song for that has become a trend lately. I couldn't agree more. Not every song needs to be super deep or super sad. Sometimes you just need some shimmy shimmy ko bop. But yeah, in all seriousness I don't understand why insulting meaningless songs became so frequent. As long as a song is nice to listen to, I don't care about the lyrics. Music is all about having fun. The last good BTS title track was Butter, their last good album was B, and their last good comeback as a whole was Boy with Love Era. Yet to Come was especially disappointing. I agree that Yet to Come was super disappointing. I personally dislike when a group has a comeback with a ballad or a slow song. Anyway, I think their last good comeback was On. I don't know about the last good album because I stopped listening to their albums. I don't like when ATEEZ has the fandom choose the title track, Wave, Inception, Deja Vu, because by the time they actually have their comeback I'm already over it, since we've already heard so much of the songs. Plus it's kind of disappointing when the one you like better isn't the title track. Like it was a fun idea but I don't think they should do it anymore. I hate to say it, but I agree. I hate spoilers so much, they give away too much and there's no surprise left. It was kind of fun when it was Wave vs Illusion and even Inception vs Thanks, but now I don't think they should do it anymore. I admit it was a great marketing strategy because they built so much excitement and anticipation, but for me personally it wasn't the best since I hate spoilers. Many girl groups did Girl Crush better than Blackpink. I don't agree but I don't disagree either because it's such a vague statement. I mean, you didn't write what specific group did better than Blackpink. If you made a clear example I could articulate more. Also I don't understand why you needed to bring down Blackpink. I just hate when K-pop stans always need to bring down a group for absolutely no reason and unprovoked. Fans who claim any Big Four group is underrated are fucking stupid. So true. If a group does in a big agency they are most likely famous or at least popular. I can't stand when people say a Big Four group is underrated because they already have a name, promotions, and people will get into them in no time. Let's be realistic for a second and acknowledge the Big Four popularity and influence. The revealing outfits of female idols are proof that K-pop is not innocent or pure or whatever. I mean yeah, K-pop is not pure at all. It really depends on the concept and on the group. Singers are underrated in 4th gen since everyone can sound good with autotune. I don't know what you mean to be honest, but I interpreted it as singers are not really good in 4th gen since they can sound good thanks to autotune. If this is what you meant, then I totally disagree because there are so many good 4th gen vocalists. I can even list you some good vocalists that came into my mind right now. High notes don't mean an idol is a good vocalist. I agree. I personally think a good vocalist is someone who can sing their verse in a stable way, who has good breathing control and who can hit some difficult notes. High notes shouldn't be the only criteria to determine if a vocalist is great or not. The only way a singer can stand out nowadays is a deep voice. I disagree. I don't think that having a deep voice is the only way for a singer to stand out. A singer can stand out by good promotion, having a good voice, good songs, and so on. There are more idols who had surgery than we know and companies lie about we don't allow surgeries. Yeah, that's true, but that's also none of our business. I don't really care if an idol got plastic surgery and stuff, I just want them to be healthy and to make good music to be honest. Companies shouldn't even make that kind of statements because they are useless and none of our business. European stans and potential Asian European trainees are overlooked by companies and it sucks. So true, but we need to remember that K-pop is Korean pop, so of course companies will prefer Korean trainees. The term stage presence has lost its meaning since cameras are pointed at the idol whom we should follow with our eyes, and when stans talk about their bias whom they'd recognize from a mile away. I disagree. I think stage presence is totally subjective because everyone has a different perception and preference when it comes to watching someone perform. I want more mixed idols and not the Korean-Japanese style. I don't agree or disagree because I don't really care about K-pop idols' races and ethnicities. I find it so annoying when PPL say that only one of are queerbaiting while other artists got praised for it, like Chuyo from Luna and Dreamcatcher. Only one of are just exploring a new concept of sensual queer relationships. Sensual dance movements / MVS were never a new thing in K-pop. It has been done by second-gen idols many times. No cause we really need to talk about this, you are so right. Only one of are literally making art and representing love through different stories, and people will still insult them and say they are queerbaiting. But when their faves make the same thing they will eat it up. It doesn't make sense and I hate the incoherence. I personally think only one of are doing something really important with their music by representing different stories through different point of views. I feel like fans can relate more to their music this way and they can feel more accepted. Some other groups make actual queerbaiting in their music videos but nobody bats an eye. I have never liked a IU song. I feel your struggle. I don't really stan her but I do check out every comeback of her. I'm sorry to any IU fan, but she has one of the most boring titles out there. She's not my style at all. Most people call Stray Kids problematic and say they haven't grown when Chan, Hyunjin, and Han apologized for their actions. I don't know about everyone that's saying the Curry song, and all of this was past stuff. There are still idols doing problematic stuff now, cough, Lisa, cough, and y'all still eat up her stuff. Stray Kids are problematic yes but they learned from their mistakes, apologized, and kept growing. If y'all wanna hate on idols that are problematic to hate on idols who blackfish and say it's the way they are, black K-pop stan. I agree with you. We shouldn't label as problematic idols who apologized, learned from their mistakes, showed growth, and never did those things again. It's okay not to accept an apology, but it's not fair to insist a group is problematic even though they learned from their mistakes. Checkmate is the best ITZY album. I don't know if it was my favorite, but I do agree that it's just awesome. The B-sides are so catchy and good quality. I feel like people hated Sneakers but they didn't even try to listen to the amazing album. I'm not an AB6 stan so I should probably just keep my mouth shut, but they shouldn't do dark/edgy concepts. They're just not as good and they look weird doing it. They need to realize that they are a fun/fresh boy group and lean into that. I disagree because I actually like their dark concepts. I really loved Savior. Their fresh songs never caught my attention, for example Cherry. I think AB6IX should continue with their royal concept because I stand them hoping to see more songs like Breathe. In fact I loved Blind for Love and Close, and these songs are my favorite titles. I think that 6 members is not a good number in terms of dance formations and such, yet so many 6-member groups are debuting nowadays. More of a pet peeve lol. I think 6-member groups can have some great choreographies, Onius, Astro, Onf, Way, P1 Harmony, Stacy, Everglow, IVE. Sometimes a member can be covered behind another one, but it's not that big of a deal as long as everyone has a decent amount of center position and lines. K-pop fans are starting to misuse the word misogyny and it needs to stop. Please use Google or find a dictionary. Nah for real, this is so true. I've seen people saying that hating cute concepts is misogynistic or only liking boy groups is misogynistic and I suggest a dictionary to everyone who genuinely thinks like that. Stan AB6. Stan Onius. Stan only one of and stream Yujing's solo. So true, you heard them? There are lots of double standards in K-pop. Yeah this is so true. The most irritating double standard is when a male idol acts cold, then he is described as attractive and mysterious. But when it comes to a female idol people will say she looks bored or disrespectful. Or also when a male idol strains his voice, his fans will say he was tired, but if it happens to a female idol then she is lazy and unskilled. Make it make sense. Y'all for real need to stop sleeping on Kang Daniel as a soloist. I don't think he is slept on. His songs have a lot of listens and his MVS have a decent amount of views. Probably every K-pop stan knows him lol. I dare to say he is one of the most popular male soloists in K-pop. K-pop fans are letting former members of X1 and 101 go nuga. We need to prevent this from happening please. This is so true and it makes me so mad. I don't understand how X1 and Wanaone were literally the most famous groups of their time, but now most of the former members are flopping. Ning Ning vocals are greater than Winter vocals. I don't like Winter's high notes, they feel more like screams to me and she should stick to her lower register and Ning Ning should take the high notes. I don't mind Winter's high notes and I don't have a preference between hers and Ning Ning's. I really love both of their voices and singing styles. If the producers gave those lines to Winter then there must be a reason lol. I think she has amazing singing skills. ATEEZ is the best performance group, fact not opinion. I personally disagree because I don't think they are the very best ones. I think it's a subjective thing because some people might prefer a different type of performance than you. If we are talking about performance groups, then my personal favorites are, in no particular order, 17, DKB, Omega X, iKON. Winter needs to fix herself LMAO. I disagree, she is successful and she's a great performer and singer. I don't understand why people criticize her so much. Also, you didn't even mention what in particular she needs to fix, so I can't even respond precisely to this opinion. Anyway, insulting her will take you nowhere. Kpopers need to stop bringing negative energy onto their channels, like y'all for real need to focus on groups and music you like rather than talking and spreading negativity about a group you dislike. I mean, I agree on some level, but sometimes there are some topics and opinions that need to be talked about. K-pop is not always something positive and everyone should be able to tell their own take, in a respectful way of course. I think everyone should be free to do what they want with their own channel. Also, some hate videos are unnecessary, but it's your choice whether to click them or to avoid them. I myself have made some hateful videos, but if you dislike that kind of content you can simply not watch it. Constructive criticism does not mean or equal hate. So true. Some people take K-pop too seriously and won't even let you have a different opinion from them. For example, some K-pop stans will call you a hater only because you said a song wasn't your cup of tea. Like chill, it's just music. Bang Yedim has one of the best vocals in 4th gen. I agree, he is one of my favorite vocalists in 4th gen. This boy is just so talented it hurts. Merry-go-rounds were so quick to throw shade at T1419 for using up Mamaland's money and making bad music with it. What the hell? Where's the same energy for Lapilus? I'm joking guys. Lapilus stans don't come at me. I think Momoland, T1419 and Lapilus all have such great music, and I don't understand why people need to always bring down groups that debut with noisy songs. I don't stan Lapilus, but I've seen a lot of hate towards them, so I disagree with you. You can stan problematic artists for their music. In my opinion, you can still stan them, but also remember that they aren't great people and hold them accountable for their actions. For example, I stan NCT but I don't stan all the members, and the same thing goes for Blackpink and other problematic groups. I am there for the music after all and I won't defend their problematic actions. Blackpink is overrated. At the start their songs were good, but then their songs started getting progressively worse. Anyway, there's no hate to them personally, but their songs having so much unoriginality and bland sounds made me not like their music anymore. I don't think they are overrated because they totally deserve their fame. I don't think their songs became more bland, in fact Lovesick. Girls is probably my favorite title and their B-sides always go hard. I can't wait for their comeback honestly. HYBE is ruining BTS and milking them dry. I say this as a BTS fan. I'm so glad they're going on hiatus because of this reason. I hope they leave once the contract is over so they can pursue what they want, cause it seems they're being limited creatively because HYBE only cares about publicity and money. I agree because they kinda lost their original style, but they also gained a lot of popularity, so maybe HYBE knows better? I mean, they are still the biggest boy group out there. I don't think they are creatively limited. In fact, they always participate in writing and producing their songs. Also, yeah, HYBE only cares about money, but so does every other agency. Idols aren't singing and performing for free, so of course the agency's final goal is to monetize. I think solo standing someone in a group is really kinda pointless. Why would anyone solo stand someone who doesn't even have a solo discography? In some cases that I know, the members doesn't even have a single solo project or OST. It's one thing to have a bias, but to pretend like other members don't exist or are holding your fave back from having a successful solo career is kinda dumb for so many reasons, but the main one is that your fave signed up to be in a group. I honestly think solo standing someone is okay, unless you start hating on the other members. I have never solo stand someone because I always end up loving the whole group lol, except problematic members. I think solo stans are there for the music, but they don't really vibe with the personality of the other members. That's why they solo stand the member who caught their attention. Unless they aren't insulting anyone, solo stans shouldn't be hated so much. You can't really force them to vibe with every member. Solo stans have always existed and they will always be, and there's nothing wrong with that. We should respect them. It's not that serious in my opinion. I'm not sure if this is an opinion but more of an observation. It's true that in most cases foreign members are mistreated most frequently, and of course this is not okay. But on the flip side of that, being a little diff from everyone else in a major way like nationality, skin tone etc. is a huge plus. BC international fans will often identify more with those foreign members. No one really admits it. But mistreated members always get the most attention from fans and in the future will be hyped up more by fans more simply BC they're mistreated. This may be one of the reasons why foreign members are more popular than Korean members. Yeah, I also noticed that foreign members tend to be the most popular ones. But I don't agree that foreign members are the most biased only because they are mistreated. K-pop stans especially on Twitter love throwing around words they don't really know the meaning of. Mistreatment is one of those words. Sorry, but if your fave didn't get the amount of lines you wanted them to, that's not mistreatment. I feel like K-pop stans are just a little too sensitive to things that a normal person wouldn't even pay attention to. They're too busy enjoying the music. So true. If someone is not getting many lines, maybe it's because they can't handle them, lol. So yeah, I agree. Some K-pop stans will throw the word mistreatment at the minimum inconvenience. aespa's title tracks are getting better and better in terms of music quality. I love aespa, but Girls is my least favorite title track, lol. The only reason they won first place on Kingdom is fan voting, because this Wolfgang performance was chaotic and so out of sync I can never watch it. I disagree. I don't even like the song Wolfgang, but I really enjoyed their Kingdom performance. I think you should respect the fact that they won. It's been like a year, so get over it and accept it, lol. Also, of course they are going to win because of fan voting. I mean, that's like the whole point. I don't see Bang Chan as a rapper or a vocal, though his production is amazing, but I don't like his voice, nah. I disagree because I think he has such a versatile voice that goes well with every kind of song. I get that it's just your opinion, but it's not cute to make negative comments about a thing he can't change. It's just rude. Can't deny their talent, but NCT music is bad. I disagree because I'm a huge fan of NCT. But at the end of the day, music is subjective, so you do you. Third gen's new songs suck. It's like they're trying so hard to modernize their music, but it's so you say excluded. The only third gen groups I actively stan or I listen to are 17, Red Velvet, WJSN, Blackpink and Twice. I don't know if I forgot any. I disagree with you because all of the mentioned groups have maintained their own identity and they have great music. If you made some clear example of a group who is trying hard to modernize their music, I could articulate better, but I don't even know what you are referring to. Just because an idol, or their stylist, did something problematic once doesn't mean that the idol itself, or the group that they're in, is problematic. In a general line, I agree, but it really depends on what they have done. I've seen a lot of people say things like IVE doesn't have any main vocal, the members are all just average, blah blah blah, but honestly I don't really care. Like, they produce good music and they're fun to watch perform. Sometimes it's kind of nice having a group that blends well together instead of having one or two standout members. Also, they are still very young and will most certainly develop as artists. I agree with you because I am not expecting excellent singers from a freshly debuted group. They still have time to develop their skills. I sincerely hope Irene will treat staff better from this point on, and she'll be able to keep being successful. But I learned a few things about the K-pop community after her scandal. People are quick to crucify idols for middle school arguments that was ages ago, even after apologies, but when a grown-ass woman bullies her staff, that's immediately forgiven after a sorry? Then. I'm not saying she shouldn't have a second chance. Many idols had second chances, and she apologized. Now it's up to the future to see if she really changed or not. It's just an observation based on how everyone reacted to what we found out about her. Especially because I had seen a lot of people attack the victim in this case. They are just a jealous staff member. Staff members would be nowhere without Irene. Well, if it was a man, deserved, etc. Y'all ain't cute. I personally didn't understand a single thing about that controversy because there were too many biased people and everyone said a different version every time I logged into Twitter. I don't know if my opinion here counts, but I think I agree with you. People were probably defending Irene only because she is an idol, and not because they thought she was actually right. Songs with psycho in it are not it. That's an ableist term and I'm tired of everyone praising the hell out of those songs. There are many other terms they could use and go for that one. When will the K-pop community make some noise about the ableism? I didn't really know about that because I genuinely thought it meant crazy/mad. I've made a quick research and you're right, it's an ableist term and people should stop using it too lightly. But I must say that it's not the artists or the fans' fault, but maybe of the writers who decided to name the song with that term. Step Back is a bop. Y'all are just mean. It's a great song, but we must understand that it's not for everyone. No such thing as objectively bad songs. And to pretend otherwise is pretentious and annoying as all hell. Music is all up to personal taste and I might be baffled by how some songs can be enjoyed by the fans, but it ain't any of my business. They have fun, I have fun with my faves. Therefore I don't trust anyone who says bad music. Your taste isn't better than others, Becky. I couldn't agree more. Music is 100% subjective. It's just useless to have arguments about whether a song is good or not, simply because everyone has their own taste. Also yes, some K-pop stans genuinely think they have some superior taste, but they need to get off the pedestal.
My baby says she wanna dance with the ghost, she wants to leave me, 말을 해줘, 맘에